So I just got done with my first official day of band camp, and I am exhausted. Every muscle in my body just wants to collapse right now. We learned things today that we never did in my high school band, and kind of wish we had, if only because then I'd know what I'm doing, and I wouldn't be so sore because I'd have done this before and my muscles would be used to it, as opposed to having never done this before and my muscles are kind of screaming in protest. And so we did things like twisting our entire upper body 90 degrees and keeping our feet pointed straight, and I don't remember what those are called, but they'll tell us tomorrow. I'm too tired to try and remember. And let's see, what else did we do? We learned how to properly march backwards, which you'd think I would know, having been a drum major and needing to march backwards in order to, I don't know, direct. But, I don't know, apparently I didn't know how to march backwards. And we learned how to transition from backwards and forwards, which is something I did need to know, because we hadn't done that either. And, let's see, what else did we learn today? We learned how to hold our posture. You should be slightly forward on the balls of your feet, but you should still have your whole foot planted. You should be, like, distributing your weight somewhere between your arch and the ball of your foot, apparently. I don't know. And, of course, hips in line, shoulders in line with hips, shoulders back, back straight, head, like, 10-degree angle, I guess. You're supposed to look just slightly above the horizon, so has to do with horn angle. And I learned that it's really painful to twist while holding a flute, and you can't breathe when you do that. We went over the music today, and for the first time in my life, I heard a 160-piece marching band sing a chorale. Not play, sing. They had us sing through it. I think it was just to get down the notes and the idea and the patterns and whatnot. But it was really interesting. We played through it once, and then he's just like, okay, put the instruments away. We're going to sing this. And it's like, what? But, you know, whatever. Let's see. We had an interesting social activity tonight. Started with a devotional, which was kind of interesting. I guess our theme for this week and for the camp and for the semester is supposed to be DC Alfine, or DC Al Coda, I think, is what it's supposed to be. So you keep going back to the beginning, and it's supposed to be like new beginnings. And, I don't know, I kind of want to write a song about it for the talent show, which is supposed to be next Friday? Yeah, next Friday. And so, you know, that'll be kind of cool. But we had a devotion about that. And then we're split up into teams. I am white team. And each team had to pick one person who is fast to go up onto the stage because we were in Cresby, and to apparently it was like a pie eating contest type thing without pie, I guess. You know, they had like whipped cream that had melted by the time we got in there, and inside the whipped cream somewhere was a piece of gum, and they had to get the gum out of the whipped cream and blow a bubble. It was interesting, and the guy who went up for our team actually just, like, because you're not allowed to use your hand, he actually picked up the plate with his teeth and dumped it, and got the gum out that way. It was really funny. No one else thought to do that, and we were all really proud. But, let's see, what else did we do? Oh, and then after that, we had to pick 10 people from our team to build a human pyramid, and I think we got second place in that one. So, yeah. I'm really, 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 really tired. I finished with my morning rehearsal at like 11 and was one of the first people to make it to lunch. That was really nice. And got to meet some new people. I got to meet a guy named Ben who plays the clarinet, who was a transfer student, and a girl who I think her name was Rachel. And I think she was also a transfer student who played the clarinet. Odd trend. And they were the ones that sat with me at lunch. And then we had our afternoon rehearsal where we sang our chorale, and I learned that despite having only practiced the music for 3 hours once, I am pretty much average for knowing the music, at least for the flute section, which, you know, I guess is not bad. And so then after that we had dinner, and I was like somewhere in the middle of the beginning-ish for getting dinner, and that was fine. But the football team was down there with us, the Olivet football team, not the Bears, who are still training here all this week, and who have now blocked off the quad, so we can't get into Ludwig from the front to eat. So we have to go in, like, the side door, like we're some kind of parade of lepers. And so, because apparently us and all our band geek glory pose a threat to the Bears. So, funny story, I actually left my bike in front of Ludwig before they blocked it off this morning when I got there to eat. And security actually had to go get my bike and bring it to me because all 5'2.5" of flute player and me posed a threat to the Bears. Whatever. So, let's see what else happened today. Had dinner, met Rachel again, and then I think his name was Matt, and he was a trumpet player, and I didn't even know that, but I guessed it because he reminded me of Austin Dillon, who was second chair trumpet in high school with me, who is now a senior, maybe? Anyway, he looked very much like him, had a slight lisp, but it was actually kind of interesting, and he was really fun to talk to. And then there was a guy that sat diagonally across from me next to him. I cannot remember his name to save my life. I know his name. I know his name because I was in the line with him and we talked, and he's a really nice guy, but I don't remember his name. And then I was sitting across from a guy named Logan, who was actually in honors with me. He actually had his interview the same day as me and was at the same orientation as me, so he just keeps popping up. But he's also a trumpet player. And then I met a girl who plays the mellophone, who sat next to me. Can't remember her name either. I think it's Deirdre, maybe. So, and we scared off a couple of the football players. The band kids scared off the football players who were sitting there. It was really funny. I think it had something to do with, what's his name, making jokes about his saxophone. Anyway, so it was a lot of fun. The pink lemonade at dinner was actually syrup because they forgot to mix the water in. So I was fortunate enough not to find that out personally, but a couple people at my table were not so fortunate. Kind of choked on it a little bit. That was funny. Well, probably not for them, but I thought it was funny. And so took our instruments to the last rehearsal that we had right before the social activity thing that I just got back from. And again, I learned it's really, really, really hurts to do whatever. Lateral slide, that's what that's called. The lateral slide, where you turn like this and your feet are still facing that way and it hurts and you can't breathe with a flute like that. It just doesn't work. And so I'm really not sure how we're going to do this. And I really hope they didn't put any of those into our show because otherwise I'm screwed. So, what else do we have going on? I texted Brian here and there. That wasn't bad. I miss him. I miss Liz. I miss Victoria. I miss my mommy. And I really, really, really just kind of want to go to bed. So I think I shall. I think that's it for today. I think the highlight of my day was having an hour after I ate lunch to not march or play my flute or anything. I just kind of came back to my room and chilled, and it felt really, 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 really nice after that morning rehearsal. And I feel kind of weird riding a bike everywhere because I'm like one of the only ones riding a bike, and it's really kind of lonely because everyone else walks together. But it's a lot easier to ride the bike, so I think I'll just keep riding the bike. So, got it registered today. That was fun. Still have to register my car. Started a list of things that I need to buy. I need an extra extension cord. I need... What else do I need? It's all on that list. I need a remote. I need some food item that I can't think of now because I'm too tired. And thus, I should probably just go to bed. Good night.